Welcome to the Leafman podcast. I'm your host, Trevor Taylor. This is my co-host,
Brooks McWhorter.
Today, we're going to talk about something that will probably be uncomfortable for some people, comfortable for others. Brooks and I have vastly different opinions on this.
Nice. I'm excited.
Yeah, vastly different opinions on this. But I wanted to talk about it because I want to be very clear. I do not want to hide. I don't want anybody to think I'm hiding. I don't talk about it because I don't know why. It just has not gotten brought up. But somebody asked me, what is my faith? What does my faith mean to me, and why do I have it? And we have vastly different opinions on this. Yeah,
right. But I'm not here to shit on your faith though. Ever.
No, not at all. Not at all. That's the beauty of being a good human and being a good citizen and being a good patriot and being a good just all of these things is that you're allowed to have different opinions than me. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you. I mean, once your freedoms start to infringe upon my freedoms, then maybe we'll have.
I mean, I might not get into heaven, but
yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll see, right?
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
I'm gonna try real hard. Yeah. So, what's your faith and why? What does faith mean to you, and why do you choose to have it? Okay, so I was raised in the Mormon Church, LDS, Latter-day Saints. I left the church when I was 18 years old. I joined the military, and I did not go back to church. I mean, I tried different churches, really, but I did not go back to church for the following 11 or 12 years, something like that. And then when I got sober, I was looking for answers, and I started going to a non-denominational Christian church. And then eventually I made my way back to the LDS Church. For those of you who don't know, the LDS Church, Mormons, it's like a more specific Christianity. There's a few more things that we follow. There's another book that we believe in called the Book of Mormon. It's basically just another, it's just another book. You know, it's like the Bible. It's the Bible that happened in North America. It's just in addition to. So same thing as Christianity, also a few more rules, a few more things that we believe in, a few more things that we follow. And that is my faith. Now, Brooks, I'm pretty sure you're agnostic.
I'd say agnostic. I mean, I'm pretty sure, there might be something out there.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is, nor can I claim to. And I understand faith in that whole process because I've been in religion not my whole life, but I have been in religion.
Yeah, you were raised.
I understand that faith is a big part of it because it's you don't know, and I'm sitting here, I'm well, I can't tell you for sure or not, but honestly, that's how I feel, and I've tried to go back to church multiple times. I've gone to Bible studies.
Yeah.
When I was in my super alcoholic days.
Yeah.
I've gone to church. You wake up hungover and you're I'm gonna go to church.
Yeah.
and then you go and you go and you feel like the pastor's talking directly to you.
Yeah.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
enlightened today.
He's like, how did he know I was coming, dude?
Yeah.
But
and then next Friday rolls around and that beer sounds real good.
Yeah, and I've committed and I've done personal meetings with a bishop, not Mormon church, in a non-denominational church in Vermont, and he was a great guy. I really loved getting together with him. I like talking with him. In the end, I was just never able, with who I am, my personality, my whatever led to me being the person that I am today. Yeah. I never hit that point where I felt the faith.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to kid myself anymore. I know that I try my best to be a good person. I know that a lot of people love me. I don't hurt people on a daily basis. I'm not a liar.
Yeah.
I follow through on what I say. So I feel like I'm a good person, and faith is just something, that I would say that faith, I heard this recently, it was on this basketball show about that Kevin Durant produced. So anyways, they stood up in class and the kid said, it was stand up, everybody stand up and then say something about yourself and sit down. Yeah. And this one kid said, I'm Muslim. And the teacher said, that's really great, but that's your religion. That's your faith. That's not who you are.
Yeah. Okay.
So I thought that was a great quote because it's only one facet of an entire person.
Yeah. It's one facet of an entire person. I like that.
That's back in the day in AA, I could never tell anyone my higher power. Mm-hmm. If I had to answer that question today, I would probably say my family. Because that's what makes me want to be a better person. Faith is typically what guides and leads someone's morals and virtues and what they want as far as their course in life. And I think that my family is the biggest part of that. My wife, my son that doesn't live with us, but I mean I got a small family, but even one person's enough. I mean all my friends are family. Yeah. I want to be a role model to my friends. I want to be, I want to seem like a good person to them.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone back being like,
Yeah,
such a piece of shit.
I actually really like that. Yeah. What makes you be a better person? And what do you like? What do you believe in? Right.
Yeah.
And there's every religious ideology. Every not every. Let's say most of them. I don't know every single one, so I can't verify every single one. But let's say the ones that I do know of, most of them have pretty good moral foundations, right? They're based on like pretty solid principles. And if you live by those principles, they can make you a better person. And one thing that like I like about what you said is that I use them as a way to be a better person, and I choose to believe in those things because they make me a better person, and they make me happy to think about. Like I choose to believe in them because I really do hope and believe that they're real. Now, I'm also a realist. So some people literally, like my dad is one of them, who can literally say completely without doubt that he knows that what he believes is true. And there is not a shadow of doubt in his mind. Now, how he knows that is beyond me. I'm a very real person, so I cannot prove to you these things. I can't. Like, I can answer that question honestly and say, I don't know. But what I can tell you is that, like, I choose to believe that they're true because they make me happy. And also, by living by the fundamental principles of this religion, it has made my life foundationally stronger and better.
Yeah.
And so it works for me. But there's also Jews who think the same thing, and Catholics who think the same thing.
Yeah.
But I think where people get caught up, not necessarily like, I think the biggest counter argument is, oh well, religion is corrupt and there's like bad people that do bad things and judge people, and there is for sure. They have that in every faith. There's like there was all the stuff with like the priests in the Catholic Church, like and like the nasty stuff up in
right
there.
I like go ahead and finish your thought actually.
Oh well, I was just gonna say, but that there's not a single thing in the world that has lasted the test of time. Like there's no religion, no country, no nothing that has lasted the entire Earth's span and not gotten corrupted. That doesn't mean that it was not once good. That doesn't mean that there are not good parts of it. It means that like humans by nature are flawed, and therefore things will get flawed when that many humans are a part of one thing. It just is part of
exactly. It's going to be flawed.
Yeah, it's going to be flawed.
Yeah. What I was going to say about as far as like religion goes, because I will argue with someone who's religious, and I won't even say Mormon right now. I'll just say religious. I will argue with you, and I will not have kind of like the respect that I have for you and like most people that I know that are religious. I have respect for because I know they're living it and I know they're genuine. Like so here's my kind of comparison. So all religions recruit. Let's go with Mormonism on this one. They send out missionaries to a lot of people, or to some people in the Mormon church. Sending out missionaries is trying to just spread that faith and whatever. Some is trying to get more members so that they have more tithes and more money.
Yeah.
But here's the difference for me, and we'll go back to your dad on this one. Anytime that your dad has ever tried to spread the word or tried to bring someone into the church, it's really just because your dad believes so much. He just wants that for you because you're an important person to him. He's like, no, dude, there's this great thing that you could have in your life.
It's
you know
so
what I mean?
good to him and been so good to him. There's a difference in the why you're
He's like, one day you
could
be me.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a difference in why you spread it, why you do things, right? There's actually a really great book, but I want to touch on something before I touch on this book. And that's that, like, there are bad people. If you're looking for bad, you will find bad. There are judgmental people in churches, okay? There are also people who think that you're agnostic people who think you're stupid for believing in religion. So it's like if you're looking
which
for
is
someone,
not me.
Yeah, which is not you. But you're always going to find that person. Like the religious person is going to find that agnostic person who thinks they're dumb. And the agnostic person who's looking for bad is going to find that religious person who thinks that they're better than you. So like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for common ground? We have common ground. We're fine. We have two completely different beliefs because we're not looking for bad in each other.
We just don't talk about it all the time.
Yeah, that's like whatever. Like that's a different part of our lives, and that's fine. But there's a book called The Shack, and I think we've talked about it.
I love that book.
Yeah.
I don't care how religious it is. I love that book.
Yeah, it's a great book. And in the book, he actually, like, there are things that, like, don't necessarily work with my religion, but there are firm things in there that I actually stand by. And one of the things is that, like, he says people use the 10 Commandments incorrectly. Like, I gave these as principles for you guys to live by and ways to help one another and just be generally good, but people use it as a stepping stone to think that they're better than you, or a way to say, hey, I follow more of the rules, therefore I'm a better human, When in reality, what makes you a better human is just caring about like your fellow man and like trying to live your best life, which is why, for me, my best life involves my faith.
Faith.
For me.
I feel like faith, in my perspective, it's not a complete way of life. It's not. If you pick a religion, that's not what your life's gonna be. Yeah. You have to follow those. So I feel like religion, for religious people, religion is a compass. And then you have other people like me who my compass is, my future goals and my family and what's best for them. Yeah. And kind of having enough world experience to know what to do to get there. Yeah. But as far as religion goes, it's like the goal of religion is to lay it out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Lay it out, feel free. Like I have to look around. I have to have that life experience. Like rather than when I was a kid, like I wouldn't have known what to do without religion because it tells you what to do. Steps, it gives you the steps.
Some people like, it's kind of like when, in the military, like, you don't have to think because they think for you. So it's like easier sometimes, and I'm not saying everybody does this, but it is, some people get caught up and this is just an easier way to live. I know the rules I have to follow. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah, religion is a compass, but you still got to steer the boat.
Yeah, you still got to look internally and figure out like why these rules apply to you, right? So it's one thing to follow all the rules blindly, and it's one thing to follow the rules because you understand and appreciate them, right? Like here's the things that I choose to follow, and I'm following them because I like this and I believe in this and I understand why this matters. Like for me, I don't like drinking. Now, that's not for everybody. I don't like drinking because I understand what it did to me as a person. Therefore, I appreciate the fact that like this rule in my life, sobriety, is like fundamental because I have been down the road and I know what this means and why I need it. So the rule works, but only if you understand it. Like if somebody said, you can't drink, I'm like, why? I don't know why. Well, then I'm going to drink.
Because I said so, dude.
Yeah, because I said so, dude.
Dude, it's right here in this, what is it? The Ensign magazine, bro. Ensign, it's right here.
I don't think they make that anymore.
Do they not?
I don't know.
No, I'm behind the times. I haven't been in a Mormon church in
forever.
A while.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. So I got...
what else you got?
I put down... I got really frustrated at work this week because
what?
We had a guy that we've done a ton of work for, and he left to go with a company that gave him a cheaper price, and he was like I think he was a GC or something. Yeah. And I was just thinking to myself like, it's really sad to me that we live in a world where like I don't know if it's because the economy is bad and everybody's hurting or like. It's sad to me that we live in a world where relationships and trust and quality are not things that people look for anymore. Like, we've done 10 jobs for you, all of them gone perfect, the price has always been fair, but you found someone who's going to do it for $1 cheaper and you want to leave. All this, like, all the communication we've built, the easiness of the process, all that stuff for that extra dollar saved. Like, is it really worth that to you? And to me, it's not. Like, if we could find one good freaking mechanic in Utah, I'd give him all the money in the world.
Absolutely.
But we can't find it. And it's like... I'm not going to the cheaper guy. I'm just looking for the consistent quality, good work. And, like, we provide that to people. And it's like, why are you willing to throw me away for that cheap price? I don't understand why people don't value that anymore. I don't know. I'm just curious. Like,
you'll be sorry.
Yeah. I'm just curious your thoughts on it. Like, why don't... I personally think that the world's in, like, a fasted, or at least the United States is in, like, this fast-paced state right now where we're growing. Everyone's worried about money. But I think the people who build these long-term relationships and value those things, I think 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, those are the people that are going to make it because eventually it will slow down and people will be like us where they're just sick of dealing with garbage for crap money. Like, I want quality. I don't care what it costs.
Right. And I think you and me are both examples of this. And I've only become it, since, we've come up. Yeah. But I've just noticed that, and it's more people than I thought. Most of my friends around me, not all of them, but most of my friends around me, including you, I like to spend that extra money. I almost prefer it. Yeah. Because I know I'm getting better service or I'm supporting a friend, like going into Pete's to get my hair cut. Yeah. It's like, do guys typically pay $75 for a haircut? No. Well, that's with tip. Oh, yeah. That's with tip. It's like, no, absolutely not.
But I love Pete.
But I love Pete. I love his cuts. They're always perfect. And he's a homie. Like, I want to support his business. I'd rather support his business. And on the reverse, if I'm not supporting a friend, like if I have a bar that I go to, like I go to the Garage Grill all the time, and I get like some food, a couple drinks, and like my bill's like $30. Yeah. I'm tipping 50% every single time. You know why? Because I'm gonna go back next week and they you know, they love you. You have that like you have like that sense of, I don't want to say home at a bar, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like you have that sense of home. You have those restaurants that they know you. They're like, oh man, what's up, dude?
What's
like
up?
it's really good to see you.
Yeah.
They remember you, and you get better service, and they're happier to see you. Their quality of life is better by, you know,
it's like
$10.
Dude, it's like for instance, like even with Jay, right? Like our veteran buddy who prints all of our clothes. Like sometimes it takes a little bit longer. There's more shipping because it's going from Connecticut all the way to here. You know, and like shout out to Choice Inc. What's up? We still love you guys and support you guys.
Yeah, where are those mock-ups at, bro?
Where those mock-ups at, Jay? But no, like I will continuously go to Jay because I want to support his business and I love him, and like that money, like I know that he's got my back. So even if he upped his prices, like I just wouldn't care. It doesn't matter to me. Like the relationships are what's important, and I feel like we live in this world where people are just moving past that, and it's like, oh, whatever's cheap and whatever's fast. Like, learn to be more patient. Learn to understand that like money is not everything. You know, like we could save so much money this year by not doing the things that we're doing. There's
For sure.
We are literally. I think people look at our business like they're probably making money hand over fist. We are, but every penny gets poured back into it because we're building relationships. We're building relationships with Dave. We're spending money on 5 years from now having a big old social media portfolio that allows us to get more people and show them who we are and all these things. Like we're getting the e-commerce page built, and that involves time and money and going in with Jay and like all of these things. And it's like, dude, why are people so afraid or so selfish now that they are not willing to just take a little bit extra time to support a friend, like
or a little local, extra money,
local business? Like,
yeah,
what the heck, dude?
Yeah, like spend a little extra money. I totally get where you're coming from. I will say, you never know someone's situation.
Yeah.
You don't know what someone's going through. That's why whenever, you know, if some gas station employee gives me the stink eye, I'm like, you know what? She probably just broke up with her boyfriend or something.
Yeah.
but like, you can't take it at face value. But I do think that what you're talking about is when you kind of know that they could support you. They could. They just, like, whoa, $100 less on a $5,000 bill? That's like, okay, fine. Go
with somebody else.
With somebody else. I don't
now,
care.
That doesn't mean there are people that go with us because they love us, even regardless of our prices.
Oh, for sure.
For sure, you know? But I want to be very clear to the people listening. When you build these long-term relationships, they will take care of you over time. When you ditch people to go with the next best offer, people are not going to want to do business with you. They're not going to want to work with you. They're not going to want to support you. They definitely won't follow you on social media because you're just a cheap, selfish human that doesn't care about their well-being. And you'll burn every bridge that you ever built. So, like, if you want to succeed, build the relationships. They're more important than the money. I promise.
Yeah, I agree.
I really feel that.
I feel that too.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I was just like, getting on my high horse a little bit.
you just wanted to vent on the podcast?
Yeah, pretty much. Just kind of wanted to vent about that. I don't know. Yeah. I just wanted to vent about it. That's it.
You got anything else? Or you need one?
Yeah, you got one? I got plenty to pick, but...
Yeah, I got one if you want to. If you want to roll in with another one of yours.
Let's go with yours.
All right. Mine's another little businessy one. Gosh, fucking hockey season just trips me up. I get too businessy and motivational. So my thing was saying, I heard it, I think it was Bill Gates, or someone talking about Bill Gates, and someone talking about Bill Gates and Apple. And it has me thinking about, like, why are we starting this philanthropy division for the company? Why waste the 1% of our revenue and send it out to a charity? Or why do half the things we do? Why pay our guys more than ever?
Yeah.
And I heard this guy say, people buy who you are, not what you do or what you make. Because, like, imagine an Apple commercial.
Yeah.
You see, we are Apple. We are leaders in innovation. We are creating the products of tomorrow, leading this generation into the future.
Yeah.
By the way, would you like to buy a computer?
Yeah.
They don't go on there and say, we sell this 321 gigashits, with this wide of a screen.
Yeah.
And then this, it's like no, they're selling innovation and the dream of a new tomorrow.
Yeah.
And also they sell computers.
That's kind of like, that's how well, what's your question about it?
I don't have a question about it. I was just kind of saying, like, I really liked that. Like, I didn't know if you had heard that.
Yeah, sales advice for you people who
doing.
are listening for entrepreneurial stuff. That is what we do with sales. That's why we make the marketing videos on social media. That's why I have them on the website. We want people to know us, know our branding and who we are. Branding is like one of the most important things that you can do. And so when I show up to a sale, I tell people, you know, you're getting us as a company. We care. We're going to take care of you. We're going to make sure that this is a comfortable, smooth process. That's why we streamlined everything. We have constant communication with you throughout the whole thing. And then from there, they ask questions. I say, okay, well, here's how we're going to do the process. Here's the crane. We use this because it makes us safe with your property. It makes us liable. So does it cost a little bit more money? Yes. But we negate 90% of the problems that could go wrong, right, which is why it's worth it to us and to you.
Exactly. Well, Sarah described it. She said what it was called because imagine we don't have the best tree workers in the entire state working just for us. We don't have like the absolute best. You know what I mean? Best of the best of the best. Been doing it for 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
And we don't have that. We don't have the best equipment. We have great equipment.
Yeah.
We don't have the best or the most.
Yeah.
But what we do have is that best equipment and, you know, been here around the longest. That's what you call a value prop.
Yeah.
So that's a good value prop, but I'd much rather our value prop be we are out in the community doing the work that we want, like we're making the change that we want to see in our own community, and we are active about it and we're being visible about it. And also we do trees.
Yeah.
And we're good at that as well.
Yep.
Who are you going to go with now? Because we can't say on trees alone and tree service alone, are we the best thing in the best in the West? No. Probably not. But that value prop of being active in the community, you know, the branding that we have, the videos we're making to explain the process, that's our value prop. It's going the extra mile to have that just another thing.
Yeah.
We're not just a tree company. We are a committed company. We're a company committed to the betterment of our community. We just so happen to do that.
Yeah.
By doing
trees.
By doing tree removal and tree trimming.
100%. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah. And also like because we are a company geared towards the betterment of the community, we're not just here to make money off of you. Like, we'll help you. Like, we've hung swings for people.
Yeah.
You know, like, we've tossed extra wood through the chipper for them that they had. We've gone next door to the granny's house and, like, taken down a couple of branches off of her tree for free. Like, we are here. Yes, we also need to make money. And yes, like, we will do whatever it takes to win and succeed. But also, we're not going to, like, crap on you to do it.
Right.
It's not about the money for us. I'm not.
We'll happily drive out of our way to drop chips at a kid's playground.
Yeah. And that's why, 100%. And that's why when we have sales guys, and like why I'm pretty much running the sales right now is because when we have sales guys that come in and I'm like, why did you bid that at $12,000? And they're like, oh, we get it done like 3 hours. I'm like, yeah, but why did you bid it at $12,000? Well, because that's what the tree's worth. It's not worth that. For us to be profitable. Not for us. Well, the tree's worth that. No, it's not. For us to be profitable, it would take us 3 hours. Here's how much we charge an hour. That's what we need to make that tree happen. Whoa, but we could make that much. But I don't want to charge the customer that much because it's not fair to me.
I'm not about overcharging people.
I'm not about ruining their life to make profit. It's not what we're trying to do. We are trying to make the money that we need to succeed and win while also taking care of the people along the way. That's it.
Exactly.
That's the goal. And so, like, we're trying to change people's minds to understand that. Like, that whole process, that's part of the whole teaching the crew how to be a savage crew. Like, that's how we teach them how to be the best individuals. Sometimes you got to sacrifice the easy victory now for the longer win. You know what's going to burn us long run? If we kept doing that to people, we're going to get a bad rap. Oh, they charged me $15,000. They were only here for 3 hours.
Yep.
You know? As opposed to like, no, we take care of them over and over and over again. And then every single client that we've ever had says, these guys are the best. These guys are the best. They gave us a fair price. They did quality work. These guys are the best. These guys are the best. That's how you win. Because that will sustain our company forever. $12,000 might sustain us for today, tomorrow.
Except for that one guy. And I'm not going to say his name because we're on the air, but it rhymes with Ballin Smoolage.
The worst.
Yeah. Ryan's over here losing his mind in the background.
No. Too far, guys.
Anyways, yeah.
Nobody will ever guess it except for maybe him, and he's not listening to it.
Anyways, so on that whole thought,
yeah.
Just to, you know, to end it on an original quote by me that no one's ever heard before. Be the change you want to see in the world.
Be the change you want to see.
I made that up.
I made that up. Michael Scott quoting Michael Scott. Yeah,
Brooks McWhorter on the Leafman podcast quoting Brooks McWhorter.
Quoting Brooks McWhorter on the Leafman podcast. All right, man. That's pretty much all I got for today. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Can't wait for hockey season, kids.
When does that happen?
October.
Yeah.
October. Well, it starts before that, but I don't really care about the preseason.
Yeah. All right.
But anyways, yep.
That's all we got. Get out of our face.